Right guys, welcome back. We're looking at reverse percentages today. Two examples for you, and then there'll be a set of success criteria as well. So I bought a car. After 1 year, the price of the car had decreased by 15% and is now worth £8,500. What was the original price? Okay, so two things we're on the lookout for, okay? First of all, percentage, okay? We're given the price now and we need to know the original price. Okay, so first things first, we're going to convert this 15% to a decimal. Okay, so 15% is the same as 0.15. Okay, now when we are, if we multiply something by 1, okay, it stays exactly the same. So if we're decreasing, what we do is we do 1 minus the percentage as a decimal. Okay, so 1 minus 0.15, and that comes out as 0.85. Okay, so what we're going to do, we don't know the starting amount, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to call it x, but in reality you can call it whatever you want. Okay, this here is what we call a multiplier, so we always do x times by 0.85, and that equals £8,500. So what we've got, the original amount with a 15% decrease equals £8,500. Okay, which is what we're told there. This is the key bit now. I'm going to take this multiply by 0.85 and I'm going to put it on that side there. So what we end up with is x equals 8,500 divided by 0.85. Okay, it's divided by 0.85 because on this side it's multiply. When we change sides, it does the opposite, the inverse, so we're left with divide by 8.5. And what you should get is x, the original amount, is £10,000. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. So I bought a house last year. The price increased by 36% and is now worth £408,000. What was the original price? So two key things we're looking for: a percent, the price now, and we're told in the question that we need to find the original price. Okay, so we do exactly what we just did. We're going to convert this 36% to a decimal. Okay, so you have a go at it. See if you can convert that 36% to a decimal. Okay. The way we do it is when we're converting from percentage to a decimal, we divide by 100. So 36% is 0.36. If it's on a calculator paper, by all means use a calculator. If not, you're just going to have to learn and work it out. Okay. So we don't know what the original amount was. This time I'm going to call it B. Okay, it can be any letter. This time I'm going to call it B. B times by, oh, we've forgotten a step actually. What's the step we've forgotten? Okay, looking at that, okay, the step that we've forgotten, if it's an increase, we're going to do 1 plus 0.36, which is 1.36. Because it's an increase, okay, keep it there as well. If we need to underline it, that's absolutely fine. Okay, it's increased, so we're going to add it on to 1. Here was a decrease, so we took it away from 1. Okay, it's an increase, we're going to add it on to 1. Okay, then we do B times by 1.36 equals £408,000. Okay, so all this means is our original amount was increased by 36% and we came out with a new value of £408,000. Okay, then we do exactly the same as what we did over here. We take this times by 1.36 and we're going to put it on this side. If it's a times here, it's always going to be a divide on the other side. So we get B is £408,000. It's a multiply here, so it's a divide on the other side by 1.36. if it's this will be on a calculator paper, you can just chuck that into your calculator, and we end up with £300,000. So, success criteria. Okay, first step. Okay, looking here and here, we converted the percentage to a decimal. Okay, first step, convert the percent to a decimal. Step 2, okay, it was here, where if we decreased, we take it away from 1. If we increase, we add it on to 1. So that's our second note. Decrease, take it away from 1. And it's important to point out on this, okay, you're not doing 0.5 minus 1, you're doing 1 minus 0.15, okay? And if you increase, with increase it's a little bit easier because it doesn't matter which way around you do it because it's exactly the same answer, okay? Whereas if you do this the other way around, you'll end up with a negative answer, okay? So increase, we add it on to 1. Okay? Step 3 then, we created our equation. So when we create an equation, okay, we pick a random letter, pick whatever letter you want, okay, it doesn't matter. Then you need your multiplier. Okay, the multiplier is what you get from step 2. Okay, it's always a times when you set it up, and it always equals the answer that you're given at the end, okay? So we're going to set up, okay, we're going to set up the equation, like that. So that's what we got there. Then what we did is that we rearranged it. We took the multiplier and we put it on the other side of the equal sign, and that's what you're going to do every single time. So it's a multiply there, it's a divide on the other side. So we're going to rearrange. Rearrange the equation to get the unknown on its own. Last step then, solve the equation. And that just means put it in on your calculator. Okay? So you got 2 examples there, both with full working out and success criteria. What I'll do is I'll add some extra questions for you to have a go at. This is a topic that you should be getting right, and it probably will come up on your GCSE as well, so we need to make sure it's right, okay? If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day.